Good morning or afternoon, everyone. It should be around 3 p.m. on the East Coast when this video goes up. Not around, it should be 3 p.m. on the East Coast. This is the monthly update for the 2020 Crafty Goals collab with Amalia. You can follow us all at hashtag Crafty Goals with Amalia, so that you can just search on that and find us all if you'd like to. But I'll also have a list of the participants, the formal participants, down below. I understand from watching a video of Amalia's that she's closed the collab for now, but you can still play along with us and use that hashtag. Okay, so in the beginning of the month, or when we did our intro, I showed you my book and I wrote all my goals down, and then I have some subsidiary ledgers, I'll call them if you're in an accounting mind. Just different books, planners and whatnot. So we'll go through them. But two things. I kind of came up with the good, the bad, and the ugly. If anybody's familiar with that movie, yeah. Anyway, I have some good, a lot of good actually, but I also have some not so good, bad, and then I do have an ugly or two. So yeah, anyway, and I have a lessons learned, and I have learned something out of January already, and I've made I'm gonna make 2 changes, and I'll discuss them as we go. So okay, goal number 1, get all my collabs done and video up on time. Keyword, see pink calendar. Alright, well, I am embarrassed to say all my collabs did go up, and I actually joined another one, which is Heather's Handmade Haven Great American Stash Bash, and she has tags on the 10th and cards on the last day of the month, but I didn't know about this until the 10th, so I did the tags and cards on the 31st, so I did that. But embarrassingly, I was half an hour late for the having fun making jewelry. Bad. That's my own collab, and I was half an hour late. It took me 3 hours to upload a video, but no excuse, because I should have had that planned way back here, and I didn't make the stuff till here, and then it took a long while. I was tired that night because I was all day making stuff. And anyway, no excuses. I didn't get it up on time. Somebody gave me immediately a thumbs down. I don't blame them. Probably one of the collab members, because I was late. Anyway, and then on the new project, same paper pad, we don't really have a set time, but I sort of put it at 7 a.m. because that's about when Stamp Girl posts hers. It's just a collab between the two of us, and actually now Linnea Burr is playing along on Instagram and in my Facebook group. I don't think that video went up till 2 p.m. and that's because I didn't start pulling stuff together till the 30th and making early in the morning on the 31st, and then I had to do the video, blah blah blah, you know the routine. So I learned a lesson there, and honestly I spent so much time on Smash That Small Paper Pad and Use It Up 2020, where I finished another small paper pad, that I really kind of ignored the 12 by 12 to the end of the month. And I did that last month too, and I am going to change that this month. I'll discuss that a little later. So all my collabs were up, but 2 were late, so those are the bad, too late. They were on the same day, but they were late, and this one was only half an hour late, but this one was not till the afternoon instead of the morning, and that bothers me a lot. Also, Call Me Crafty Owl does a sheet load of cards, and I didn't get those made until the 31st and got the video up in the evening of the 31st Eastern time. I'm not happy with that either. I'm going to be making some changes relative to that for February as well. So anyway, changes are on the rise. If anybody knows Avi Kaplan, who used to be the bass up until mid 2017 with Pentatonics. He's now out solo, and one of his first solo by himself songs is Change on the Rise. If you like folksy Americana kind of music, but that one's like different than most of his other stuff. Even it's really soulful. Anyway, I digress. I like him. I'm gonna go see him in early April. Okay, so the other good, I'm kind of gonna skip around. I did get 2 random acts of kindness out. I got one for the Star of the Art Bar out very early in the month, and one small one a bit later in the month, but 2 went out. Okay, now let's kind of go in around now. I don't want to go in order. Smash That Small Paper Pad. I've had a goal of using up 4 small paper pads in 2020. I finished the one I set out to do for Smash That Small Paper Pad collab, but I also, for hashtag Use It Up 2020, which is Bourbon Creek Crafts challenge, not really a collab, I had a partial Recollections Valentine's Galentine's pads. It was a 6x6, and I finished that paper pad as well. So yay me. So I'm ahead of the schedule now. I don't want to change that goal just yet, because like I said, that came what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that doing all that effort pushed aside the 12x12 effort I needed time for. So I only used a half a sheet of the 12x12, which is kind of in the bad category. I got a slow start to the 12x12. So anyway, back to the good. All collabs were up. I joined actually 2 others. One of them I can't quite announce yet, and the other one I told you about was Heather's. Okay, washi tape. I had used 6 minimum washi rolls, and I finished 4. Now, if you can see these washi's, they didn't have much on them at all, and I used them up in this book and my other planner. So that's a couple of them, but that's not all the washi I used up. But I did use up 4, and this won't be the only washi I'll be using, but I did pull these out because they looked like they didn't have much on them, and some of them are really pretty, and I think I can use them in the next, I don't know, however many months. So I'm going to be working to finish the rolls that are in, well, this one has a lot on it, that are in here, and some of them were, you know, things that were gifted to me. Oh, that says Paris on it. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to use some of these washi's that I pulled out, but I'm also using other washi that might go with particular projects. Okay. I did, in addition to all this, I participated in 2 challenges, except I only got one of them done and submitted on time, and I actually won that challenge, so I'm going to get something in the mail from it, which really shocked me. Really, truly shocked me. Thank you, Charlene. Okay, so, and I'm going to be adding, let me bring my pink book here again. I thought about this a lot. I'll go over a couple changes real quick. I had on the final Friday of each month, Fun Fold Friday, and I wrote it in all throughout the year, which I'm going to have to put washi or a label sticker over. I changed my mind on that. I keep finding it difficult to just make a Fun Fold card once a month and on a Friday and having it be something special. So, because that doesn't come naturally to me, but I really want to still try. But I think I'm making so many other cards and things throughout the month. I am just going to incorporate a Fun Fold as I can somewhere in those other collabs, because I just wasn't getting to this Fun Fold Friday and it kind of doesn't make sense to me to have it only once a month. If it's called Funfold Friday, it seems like it should be every Friday, but that's too much for me. So I'm eliminating that. That's one thing I learned, and that was my own thing. It wasn't a collab with anyone, so I'm not late with it or anything like that, and I don't even know that people have come to expect that anymore. And I was asked if I wanted to join a different collab for Funfolds, and I said no, because I already had this. But I really just want to incorporate Funfolds into some of my other collabs as I feel like it. I don't want to put myself under that much pressure again. Okay, so that's one change. The other thing is I sort of wrote in here craft with a kit. I'm going to try and start a new series, but it's not going to be necessarily on a regular date, but twice a month I'm going to do a craft a kit series. Now one of those will be that month's paper pumpkin kit, and that'll be unboxing, making as intended. So that's always going to be excuse me, probably after the after the 17th or 18th, because usually they ship on the 12th or 13th, and it takes usually 5 days or more for it to get to me. So it'll be after the 18th, I'm going to say. So sometime in the second half of the month there will be a craft with a kit, and that'll be the paper pumpkin kit by Stampin' Up, which I'm a demonstrator. So, and then I also was doing alternatives with Paige. I don't know if she wants to continue that. I know she and Linda Kaufman are doing a different collab to use up past kits, which is a little different than this. This is current month kit to try and basically use it, and so it doesn't end up in those piles. And I like to do alternatives, at least 5 alternatives each month, and I haven't done January's yet, but I'll be doing that kit because February's you have to sign up for by the 10th, so I'm going to be getting done the January paper pumpkin kit, which really I glanced at it. It looks cute. I have not looked at everybody else doing stuff with it, but I need to do that in the next week, somewhere in here. And then anyway, I had penciled in another one, but I think I'm going to try and get that done before, and that'll be a non paper pumpkin. It could be another Stampin' Up kit. It could be a card kit I have from Tuesday morning. It could be I had 2 years ago or so belonged to Spellbinders, and I have 5 or 6 kits here just sitting. I'd really like to just use them up, so it could be that, like, you know, killed one of those kits. So I think one of them will be an off the wall, I don't know what kit, and the other one will be paper pumpkin. So I'm going to have a craft with a kit series 2 times a month, once before the 18th and once after the 18th, and that later one will be paper pumpkin. Okay, so I'm adding those 2, but eliminating Funfold Friday. So the good news is I've learned that through this process that I need to eliminate that one and, you know, rearrange. But the bad news is I didn't get the paper pumpkin kit done yet, and I should have. Okay, another bad thing, I don't even have it in my goals, but I'm really trying to get I do a live. I did all 4 of my lives. This one I had to do early because I had to go to a memorial service for my son's best friend's mother passed away. But so I did it early. I pushed it early instead of late, and I got them all done. Some of those I was also last minute, like up until 6:30, making the cards to get ready for that live, but I did it, and they all went up on time, so, and started on time. And thank you all for watching those, by the way. But after I do those, I like to get my cards out on my blog, which is not doing so well. Nobody really knows about it, and I don't know, do you guys like blogs? Just a side question. Do you go to them? I'd like to maybe get into a blog hop at some point so that I can get more attention drawn to it. It is mostly for my Stampin' Up! Stuff. And the main reason I try to do it is to put the dimensions of the cards and also the links to the supplies and things out there, so I'm not cluttering up more of YouTube. But I don't know. I did not get that done. I did get it done, well, I'm kind of getting ahead, but I did get it done these 2 weeks. I did not get it done yet for this week, and I said I'd have it done by, by Friday. But I was so busy these last few days trying to get everything done I need to have done by the end of the month. Actually, this whole week. So, really in a crunch mode, and I did not like that. Okay, I think that's it for the bad. So let's go back to this now. And we'll hit on the ugly. The ugly is, I have 2 of them. I spent $268.58, including tax and shipping. Or just shipping for most of them. Some of them had tax and shipping. Anyway, way too much. Now, in fairness, this one was from December 28th, but it didn't get here till January, so I counted it in January. And that was $65, so, but it's still over $200, which is way too much. So some of the pre-orders did come in, but one is still outstanding, and I haven't been billed for it yet. And she said late February. That's from Quality Crafts, and I sort of shared this when I shared my 12x12 paper collection stuff. Hang on, I'm looking for one of the stamps. Here it is, I think. Nope, that's not it. Okay. Alright, so this pre-order was new Stampendous stamp sets. And I got this floral one. These were, well, in total it was $44.97 plus 6 shipping and handling, so $45 divided by 3, $15 each, right? Not cheap like Tuesday morning, but this was beautiful and had nice sentiment, just basic sentiments you can use. Oh, look, it says, have been such a wonderful friend. I could have used that. You could put the U. I like that the U is separate from the thank. You can put, you are amazing, you have been such a wonderful friend. Anyway, I digress. And then this one is all sentiments also, which are nice sentiments that I would use on cards a lot. And then I got this because I thought I needed it, had to have it. Now, there was in fairness, there was a kitty one, a fluffy little cute kitty one, and I really thought about that one for a long time, and I thought, no, I have enough kitty stuff. Well, guess what? I also have enough coffee stuff, as you have seen through my new project, same paper pad, the 12x12 collab I do with Stamp Girl and Linnea Burr now. But I got this coffee one, so I did not need this. I don't really need any of these, but I got them. And the only thing I have on back order, pre-order, is some hexagon dies from Sizzix. One thing out of all their whole new stuff. That's what I have on order. And that's it. Now, I did place a Stampin' Up! Order on January 31st, but that's in the business. I'm not counting business stuff. It's not a real big order, and some of it is supplies like basic black cardstock, snail refills in quantity, because I'm on my last one, which I discovered when I was looking through my drawers here. Some other, and some more embossing powder so I can set them up in little containers. You need more than one little jar to set them up in plastic containers, and that way I don't have to have all these coffee filters laying around and stuff like that. So anyway, I did place an order. I'm not counting that. So those are my good, bad, and ugly. Now the word of the month from Amalia is leap. So I talked about, let me finish this first. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I know. My first time, bear with me. And I'm already at 20 minutes. Shoot. Also bad, I did make jewelry. I had to force myself to do it, I have to say. I made 5 pieces, 4 earrings and a necklace on having fun making jewelry. Have not done any photographs or listings of them yet. And I also, in the jewelry area, I owe bead part 2 videos, and I am going to be working on them on Sunday and hope to get them up Sunday evening into Monday. Have to. Need to do that. So that is a plan, because I have to get that done. And then I'm really going to try this coming week on Wednesday to photograph. We'll see how that goes. I don't know who the new star of the art bar is yet. Hopefully they posted that yesterday. Or today. I'm sorry, they'll be posting it today probably. I need to check. And I have an idea for a random one here. 2 random ones actually this month. One sort of random and one sort of I missed your challenge, but I want to send you stuff anyway because I made some stuff for it. I just didn't get it finished and out the door, and I want to send some stuff. Okay, for the 3 sticker books planner, this I said was going to be a hard one, but I did use up 4 sheets. One of them looks pretty much like it's here. I did put some stickers in here. I also did put some in my January here on the front, and in my monthly for January, and I went through and did some in throughout January. You can see I really write in my planner, right? So this is the week, nope, this is the week that we're in now. We're right here. So, and for February, I have not decorated it at all yet, except I did pull out those number stickers from Heidi Swap, and as far as I got was putting them in the month and this coming week. But I have to actually do my planner yet, and that won't be today either. That'll be tomorrow on the 2nd. I have a lot to do on the 2nd and 3rd. So I will be doing that. The system I have in here is working pretty well for me with highlighting what I get done, circling what I don't, and rescheduling, although I'm finding that sometimes I have to reschedule several times. One thing I learned about me is I craft maybe for 2 or 3 days at a time, almost straight, you know, like all day, evening, do videos. Videos take a lot of time lately for some reason, both on my computer, trying to edit a little bit, and also, you know, putting in the thumbnails and things. I think my computer's having issues for sure. It's really slow. And then couple that with, it takes forever sometimes for YouTube videos to go up anymore. It just, you know, a 10-minute video used to take about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and now it might take an hour. It's just crazy. So anyway, that is messing with my schedule too. And I try and keep crafting or something while I'm uploading to YouTube, or do housework, or have lunch, or whatever. Anyway, I'm finding I will occasionally just need a day off, because I can't craft like continuously and have any creativity left in me. So, but if I do that and I'm in the middle of crunch time, like the end of the month, it really messes with my schedule. So my plan now is, and this is a short month, so it's going to be even harder. I really need to cram these first 2 weeks and try and get everything done for the earlier collabs, but also the end of month ones, so I can do a more relaxed at the end of the month, maybe get to organization a little more, and also or get ahead of schedule for the following month, which I know Stamp Girl does really good at doing stuff ahead of time. I'm not as good at that, and I need to get better at that so that I can feel like you know, in January I got sick for 1.5 days, pretty much 2 days shot, and it totally messed my schedule up. And I have to realize that, yeah, I was sick. I didn't even go to see my mom on the 9th, and I was sick here, even though I think I still did some stuff, but I was, for half of that day, I was not feeling good for 2 whole days. It was like an intestinal bug with a fever and aches and all that stuff. Anyway, okay, so going back to this, so I learned some lessons, and I'm going to try and do more in the beginning of the month, even though that's an emptier, it's emptier on my schedule. If I show you like February, you'll see as far as what has to go up. You know, after today, I really, this I just wrote in this morning, the jewelry for bead part, but I don't, in my live, I don't have any other scheduled videos till the 10th, and then I have 2, and then I had the 11th, and then I have some on the 15th, and then it just is like boom, 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 boom. The second half of the month is really busy for me, and if I don't get that stuff done early in the month, I really am in crunch mode, and I work good under pressure, but I don't want to feel like I'm under pressure, and I don't want to be late with any of my videos. So that's the thing. I really am going to start trying to force myself to not relax here and leave some time towards the end of the month maybe to relax and enjoy that time. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Okay, so that was a lesson learned. So anyway, the word is leap, that Amalia. So I'm going to be leaping into February by pushing some of my work, my crafting effort up earlier into the month and getting those videos pre-scheduled better than I have. That's how I'm going to leap into this leap year. So thank you, Amalia, for that word. Okay, now let's see. I did not pursue any craft fairs yet. I did get some emails about some, and I know one I want to research, and it will be an outdoor one if I sign up for it in July, which is, I don't know, the weather here in June and July, we get rain quite a bit, and I have to see if I can find somebody that will do it with me, because I can't do outdoors by myself. I can't set that tent up and be by myself all day anymore at my age. So anyway, organize one craft item area per month, see schedule. I did spend 3 hours one day organizing. It was just it was basically putting away Christmas stuff from all the Christmas efforts we were doing. I had stuff all over this room for Christmas, and I put it away and reorganized my iris bins. I have about 6, 7, 8. I have 6 iris bins plus a new double layered tote thingy I got at Target, which is like iris bins almost, full of Christmas papers and Christmas, I'll call them embellishments, stickers, ribbons, everything, you know, bling, whatever. So I did organize, but it was not the non-Stampin' Up! Stamps and dies, label and make uniform. Honestly, that's going to be probably a 2-day effort, and I've kind of changed my mind on that, and I want to reprioritize, because I have boxes of beads that need to be put away, but I can't put them away because the containers the stuff goes in are overflowing. So I think I'm going to start on the beads, because that's mostly what's sitting all over my floor behind me. So, and again, if I can push a lot of my crafting effort up to earlier in the month, it'll leave me more time towards the end of the month to maybe get organized. So I'm gonna try for that in February and see how it goes. So that's about it. So I'm tracking. I'm really good about filling in these sheets. Like, use up 3 12x12 paper pads. I wrote down what I started with, how many sheets there were, and And here's what I used, about a half a page. And all, because all I made was a house mouse card and a memory dex card. With the 4 small paper pads, I used up 2, 1 and a partial, 1 full and a partial. Jewelry, I did make a necklace and 4 pair of earrings, not in my piece inventory, not photographed, and not on Etsy. Bad me. That was one of my, that was my bad, or my ugly, actually. I did do random acts. I used 4 full sheets and some partial sheets. Now, that said, I started an empties bin, which I sort of showed people. And after I get back to the back of this, I'll show you that. 15 non-planner sticker sheets. I did finish it was a 2-sheet sticker pack from Sandy Lion that had been gifted to me, and I made 5 Valentine's Day cards with it for the Stickier Side of Crafting collab. Use up 6 washi tapes. I actually used 4. This one was in a collab. These 3 were mostly in planner and this book. Yeah. So that's a good start, because the 6 was for the year. I think that may be too low of an estimate for that, and I will see how February goes, and then I may readjust my goal on that, up it a bit. Okay, use up all store-bought card bases and envelopes. I have to add something to this because January 31. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That actually, well, I did it on January 31, but the video went up today. I did use 2 cards and envelopes from my stash that were from Recollections or Michael's. I don't know if it was Recollections. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I had used some earlier for other collabs as well, but I have a sweater box tote. You know, it's like a shoebox tote, only twice as big, full of nothing but cards and envelopes, different shapes and sizes, and I'm trying to use them up to get rid of it. Okay, I did not schedule officially an online class for Stampin' Up, but I have announced that I'm going to be doing one mid to late February on using the Tropical Oasis suite, if you're interested. So more on that later. Again, I didn't do any local craft fair stuff. And this was the organize, and I wrote down the time I spent organizing the Christmas items. I do clean my desk off after every major project and the area around me, but that's a very small area in the scheme of things, and I'm basically out of floor space right now, and I need to fix that. I keep just shuffling things, and yeah. And then other used up items. Okay, so I started a list, and I also started a box, which I'm going to just show you. I finished a spool of ribbon, which I finished for the Use It Up Challenge pocket letter. This was the gold roller washi. I used up some heart blings, enamel and bling stickers. I'm sorry for the glare. Let me put this here. That wasn't in my list anywhere. I mean, in my goals. This was the 2nd paper pad I finished. I used it for Heather's All-American Stash Bash January cards and tags. I used it for Best Use It Up 2020. I had started using it this year for Charlene's Crafty World Challenge, but it be gone. It's all gone. These were Hearts and Arrows gemstones I used for the Stickier Side of Crafting. This was the sticker sheet I used for the Stickier Side of Crafting. And by the way, I will probably not throw out the backing on this one. I'm not sure if I'll throw out the cover because it's nice and thick also for tags and stuff. I used up a pack of 10 cards and envelope, 3x3 cards and envelopes out of my envelope bin. A couple more washies that I've already talked about. I used up some other ribbon on tags for Smash That Small Paper Pad after the video. Oh, okay. I know what that was. No, this was another washi. This I finished. It was a little envelope and some lip stickers. I put it on the Memory Dex card for Charlene. And this I finished on the 19th of January. This is a Stampin' Up! Product in the business, but I did finish it, so I have another one though. And I finished 3 sparkly bows that I put on the Charlene embellishments for the challenge that were in my stash, and I don't know where they came from. And I finished 1 pack of Rhinestone Basic Jewels by Stampin' Up, which are in the business too, and I really shouldn't count them, but I have another pack of them too. But that was for cards on the 15th. So with that, I'm going to be throwing these things out and starting fresh for February. So if I use things up, well, I'm not going to throw this out because I'm going to put it in with my cardboard stuff. And sometimes I save these plastics, but I'm not going to save these this time. So I have an empties bin, and we'll be starting again, but I still have my list. So we'll be starting again for February, and we'll see how I do in February. Okay guys, this video is way too long. I'm going to let you go. Basically, I had, oh, and I'm keeping track of my lives, what I'm doing for my lives, just what the schedule is for the month separately, and I have a calendar for that too. So I think this collab is really helping me. I'm paying attention, a lot of attention on what I'm doing, how I'm going about it, and what's working and what's not, and maybe that'll be changing throughout the next months, I don't know. But for February, like I said, I'm gonna leap into February full bore ahead. Oops, that's January, and really start to push myself to get a lot done in the early part of the month. Plus, you know, tax season's coming up. I have to start working on my taxes towards the end of February. Don't like that. I have an accounting degree. I still don't like doing taxes. I'm sorry. Taxes are not my thing. So anyway, I will talk to you next time. Please go check out the other people and see what they did or how they did and what worked for them and what didn't. And I'm going to be watching at some point, probably tomorrow or tomorrow evening, because I have too much going on this weekend. My daughter's birthday's this weekend, blah blah blah. Anyway, but I'm going to try and see what works for them, and I may still adjust further and say, oh, that's a good idea, or no, that wouldn't work for me, and you know, whatever. And I may continue doing my good, the bad, and the ugly, although it kind of made me jump around. Maybe next month I'll just go, maybe I'll color code it, like somehow, you know, good is green and ugly is, or the bad is yellow and ugly is red. Yeah, so anyway, all right guys, talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll be shorter next time, and yeah, we'll see you then. Hugs, love, and peace.